Hello, welcome to the Stretford Enders. This is your look ahead for United's game against Brentford on Saturday. Game kicks off at 5:30. Performance against Brentford on Saturday needs to be a lot better than it was against Brighton last Sunday. We need to start the game well. We need to stop starting games so poorly, so bad. We've seen it so many times last season where we started the first half so slow. We were only turning up in the second halves. That needs to stop. It's a brand new season. We got a brand new manager. Don't know what I don't know what's causing that. Whether it's confidence issue, lack of concentration, just players can't be asked. Don't know what it is, but Eric Ten Hag needs to sort it out because we can't keep on playing that poor. We can't keep on playing poor in the first half. Brighton. We played Brighton last week. Yes, they're a good team, but when you look at the team that Eric Ten Hag put out there, we should be beating Brighton comfortably. We need to do it on Saturday against Brentford. Players need to put the bastard behind them. They need to come out focused and confident. Dominate that first half, first 10, 15 minutes. Go out and score the first goal. Because if we start that first half really poor, then we are going to risk going 1-0 down, and we're chasing we're chasing the game as well. Last week there was some really poor individual performances, and I think I know it's only one game on the season, but I think Eric Ten Hag needs to make a few changes because why should these players be getting in a team if they're not performing. If they're not performing for United, we've seen it last season, and I think Eric Ten Hag, he's got, hopefully he will start dropping players if they aren't performing on the pitch and start giving other players the opportunity. We've got a massive season ahead of us. Minimum required this season is making sure that we're finishing in the top four, so we're back in the Champions League again next season. I also think that we need to win a trophy. Whether that's the Europa League, FA Cup, or the Carabao Cup, we need to win the trophy this season. We can't go another season without winning silverware. I think Eric Ten Hag, he's come to it. He's a very good manager, but he's come into the club, a club that's got a lot of issues on and off the pitch. There's protests again against the Glazers last week. I've read reports that there isn't much money to spend in regards to bringing in new players. We've got players from we've got players at the club who shouldn't be here. So Eric Ten Hag, yes, he's a very good manager, and I think he will get it right at United, but he's got a lot of things to sort out. And it's not going to happen straight away. And he's got to figure out why the players aren't performing, why the players played so bad in the first half last week, and he's got and I think he needs to get that right. Those are the things he needs to get right first, and getting the players playing well in the first half, and then looking at other areas. Because we haven't got a tough start to the season, so you need to get out. You need to get the players playing well in the first half and throughout the game. Hopefully, he's been doing that with the players over the last couple of days in training. But just looking at the players that we have at the moment, Scott McTominay and Fred. They shouldn't be getting anywhere near the starting 11. I still think we need a right back. I've got no confidence in Delo and Wan-Bissaka to do well in that position. I think we need a forward. There's been talks that Marcus Rashford's agent's been out speaking to Paris Saint-Germain about a possible deal happening there. My opinion on Marcus Rashford is this: if his heart is no longer with United, let him go. He's done well at United. Yes, he had a really poor season last season. But I'm not going to hate him if he leaves United. But I'd rather see him go than keep him here. Because if you keep a player that doesn't want to be here, then it's not going to help Ten Hag, and it's certainly not going to help the results or the team as well. But yeah, if he wants to go, I just think we let him go, but we use that money, but however much money that's made from that transfer, the owners and the board need to make sure that it's reinvested and we bring in a new forwards, because I think that will leave us short. There's also stories about United trying hard to get the Rabiot deal completed. I don't know why we're signing him. Just stay clear of him. You would have thought United would have learnt with players like this. He's got a real attitude problem. I think bringing him to United is a massive mistake, and he's not even a United first choice summer target. He wasn't even considered at the start of the transfer window. But again, it's come down to the fact that we haven't signed our first choice priority. So it's a panic buy, isn't it? It's a panic buy from the Glazers. It's a panic decision from the board, just to bring a player in, just to keep the fans happy. But it won't, I know there could potentially be another protest walkout when we play Liverpool in a few weeks, and I'm sure that we'll see further protests against the Glazers throughout the course of the season. But we need to bring in 2 or 3 players before the transfer window shuts, because I think if we haven't brought anyone in when the window shuts, I'm not saying it's impossible to finish in the top 4, because we've done it before, but I think it will be a bit of a challenge, especially when you look at other teams who've strengthened. So hopefully, things are happening behind closed doors. But as a United fan, and I'm sure every other United fan will agree with this, I don't want us to bring in sign-ins just for the sake of bringing in players, players who won't fit well into fit in well into the Premier League, players who aren't good enough. It needs to be players who are good enough and will help us win trophies and start challenging in the top 4 again. So, like I said, Saturday needs to be a better result. We can't afford another slip up. Based on what I've seen last Sunday, I know it's only it's the first game of the season. Based on a few players, I think Eric Ten Hag should drop a few players and give a few other players a chance against Brentford on Saturday. Let me know what you think about that. Do you think Eric Ten Hag should stick with the same team, or do you think he should make a few changes? Also, let me know what your thoughts are on the Rabiot and also Marcus Rashford as well. I'll be back on Saturday after the game with the match reaction. Hopefully, I'm talking about a good result. Smash a like on the video if you've enjoyed watching, and also keep on subscribing to the channel as well. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I will speak to you soon.